एक नया दिन और लाइफ ऑफ अ सीए सीरीज में एक नया वीडियो। आज का हमारा सेशन है एक बहुत ही इमर्जिंग प्रोफाइल पे, जिसका नाम है सैप FICO, और पीपल कॉल इट सैप FICO ऑल्सो. So the speaker guest for us who we have today is actually a very special friend of mine. She has been very close to me throughout my CA journey, and today I have her to speak with me to tell you everything about SAP FICO profile. Now, let me tell you something about our special speaker. Her name is Prerna Shah. She is working in Infosys currently. She has cleared her CA. Then she went on to join Infosys through ICI campus placement, got into this profile, and today she will tell you what this profile is about and whether you should pursue it with your goals or not. A few additional information about her. She's also pursuing CPA US, so she's pursuing her studies along with the job. So she'll be able to tell you that if you are someone who's wanting to pursue an additional qualification, whether this is a profile that you might want to go for. Now, let me tell you something here. A lot of people outside in the market are saying these days that SAP or SAP is not a profile that professionals should go for or chartered accountants should prefer. I have a contrary view. I think that in India and in abroad, there's a huge demand for professionals who are SAP qualified or SAP learned. And this is why this profile can be an additional boon for you. This video will tell you what are the opportunities you get after being into this profile and what all you can do in your life. It is going to be so exciting. I'll see you on the other side. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment on this video. I'll see you on the other side. Hi Prerna, very excited to have you here with us today.
This is something when a CA just steps into the profile into this, they are not known that from where to start or from whom to ask. This is an absolutely new profile for every person. Now, thank you, Bhavna, for having me, and I'll just start with my intro. I am CA Prerna Shah, and I qualified in November 2018 attempt. And then, like any other person, I was searching for the job in audit profile or taxation or a finance role, but in industry. Because like I was someone that I cannot sit like long hours working in a big four. But yes, it has its own pros and cons. So in industry, when I joined, I was not known that whether in which profile I'm stepping into. But then after interview, they let me know that yes, it is a profile which is like not a core CA profile. It was SAP FICO, which comprised of finance and controlling, but into a whole new environment that is SAP. So yes, it was a thing which I was not known to, and yes, through this video, I will help other CA freshers to know about.
Awesome. So, most of the CAs, when they start out, they have this agenda in mind that they might not want to get into a big four for the kind of work stress and the kind of life that it gives. So, I think it was a good enough reason for you to start out in industry. How has your experience been for particularly working in this kind of a role?
I joined Infosys in May 2019. And first of all, since we were a batch of 78 to 200 people, so we were imparted a training on SAP FICO. It was both a generic and a domain training. So in that, we were they make us work on SAP live system because we should know what consequences a small change in an entry can do to the whole system. So it was a 4 months training, and then I joined into a project. Then the experience was good because it was not at all a CA work because there were no NDS or taxation work we were given. But it was SAP. That was a system which is more into technical, and we should know the basics of our CA. Like the entries, we should be known with a simple goods purchase or a vendor invoice entry. The experience with it was like we were just about to we were first when we entered into our projects, we were given a small training also with that particular project also. Along with it, the seniors were also very helpful in knowing, because every CA does not have that basic of SAP, because in our articleship training we were not that much into SAP. So yes, when we join a company, this SAP FICO, this is a whole new experience for any person. And with my 7 to 8 months of my experience, I can say that yes, any person who is not into that traditional CA work can find this work very exciting, because there is a lot to gain knowledge.
Okay, so you mean that whatever background we have as chartered accountants in articleship or in our CA final curriculum, which is primarily, you can say, more on the technical aspect, auditing standards, accounting standards, coming to the taxes, different taxes, direct and indirect taxes. This particular profile does not have a lot to deal with these kind of things. It's more on the basic accounting concepts like debit, credit, or just knowing the basic journal entries, because you'll be working with a software that will be processing these entries. And you're probably working on correcting stuff there. So I think it's a good option for people who would want to venture out into something new and apart from the CA work. Now, we've discussed the technical aspect. What do you think? How much your profile requires other skills? Which
Now, since in this profile we are mainly working on the back end, and back end means the client or the project is they are working on the live SAP system, and we are helping them to solve their problems by they raise a ticket or something. So the first and foremost like skill you should have is the communication skill. Yes, you should be fluent in English, not that you should be like technical jargons or something. They will let you know what problem they have. We can, but the thing is you should able to talk to them. So communication skills, yes. Then interpersonal skills, I can highlight that yes, you should be able to confront them that what their problem is. So these two skills are something which you should be known with, and that is okay, not that much you should be like, yes, I am the best person you can speak with. So that thing. And then again I would say that basic accounting skills are there, because there, yes, engineers will be there working sitting beside you and doing the same work, but then yes, they may not be having that business knowledge which we have when we study our CA course. So it is a plus point on our side also that our work is more important than theirs, because that is something that project is given to us like as a CA, something which we are only known with, like business process accounting and something accounts receivable, accounts payable. So only we know that what is the thing that will take like any change in the entry, what impact it will have on the balance sheet or the profit and loss accounts. So yes, the basic accounting skills is another point which I can add. And yes, networking is also very good in that, because many persons are there which we can interact in while our journey in it till time we are in SAP FIC.
I just want to quickly highlight to everybody who's viewing this video right now that we are actually recording this remotely in the lockdown phase. So any network issues or bandwidth issues you face, there might be a little distortion of the voice. Please bear with it, because I'm recording this for the purpose of all the fresher chartered accountants will be coming out again, and they'll be wondering abhi kya kare, what a person who's an introverted you can say who has an introverted personality can survive here.
Yes, yes, definitely. Because all the communication will be over phone only, and that much, yes, I'm introvert. Like talking of me only, yes, I can talk over the phone to the client, know the requirements, solve the tickets, and get the work done. So yes, actually, it is the best thing for an introvert also, that yes, you can go and talk to the clients, and yes, it is good for the introverts.
Right, and also what kind of working hours you will be putting and the stress level that if there's any with this job. Let's talk about all this.
First, coming to the working hours, actually the working hours in an industry are fixed. Like, see, going to the office at 9 and coming back by 5, 5:30 or 6, that is the like normal limit for a working hours in an industry. In this profile, which I am talking about, finance, yes, there are long working hours in books. But then, yes, whenever there is year-end closing, now each project, now this SAP is like all over the world. So we have many projects which are there in outside the India. So at that time when their year is ending, we may face long working hours only for like 10 to 15 days. We have to work long hours. Then also there are shifts. Shifts because Europe and US timings are actually opposite to the timings of India. So we may face shifts like from evening 6 till morning 3 p.m. 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So we'll be having allowances or whatever. But then yes, you will having our whole day free. So that will be of the working hours. That is, we have shifts, and for 10 to 15 days, maybe quarterly or half yearly, we have to work a little bit longer hours. Then coming to the work, what work we do in SAP FIC. Now, see, this is more into functional and technical parts. We don't have to do like vouching or auditing or documentation parts. It is all stored into a cloud where we get the data, SAP Live system, SAP Live viewer, that any entry we make in the production system, it will automatically get reflected to the client. So yes, there should be a very little scope for errors. Then your main fields, what are there in SAP? If I say like accounts payable or accounts receivable parts, then asset accounting you can work on into. Then there are also IDOCs. Now these are actually technical terms, but yes, these are some things which are which when we enter into this field, we'll get to know. So accounts receivable, accounts payable, or VIM, that is vendor invoice management. Then BPC training, that is something related to consolidation work of many group companies. So other profiles which I can highlight here are something that is related to APP, that is automatic payments run for the like when we pay to a vendor, like in installments if we pay, that something there a CA has to work out like how the payments are taking place and whether it is going into installments. That is another scope of area. Then controlling part. All this I told was a finance that FI. Now CO, that is controlling. Controlling is in itself a very big area. So in that there is profitability analysis or cost center mapping or profit center mapping. So SAP has many modules. In it we have FI and CO, which is basically focused towards CA, and in it also there are many areas in which you can explore. So yes, I am currently working in asset accounting and a little bit of COPA. So having a great experience in it.
Wow. Okay, sounds interesting. So I got a gist, and I hope others also got a gist about what work the profile has. You need to have a basic fundament. You need to have your fundamentals of accounting really strong for going into something like this. Now, all the technical terms you mentioned, I'm sure they took it up in the training and then they trained you. Like you said, 4 months of training, rigorous training you went through. Now, this training was sponsored and everything by the company.
Yes, yes, definitely. They only sponsor. They made us available the SAP Live, in which we were able to do the sample work, like some entries we were told to put, or some asset we have to make and do the depreciation calculations over there. And also, I would say that this was the functional training. And after that, also they took a test, like a 3 hours test for a CA, in which they told us to do the base like bank reconciliations or the journal entries or the depreciation calculation, so that they know that yes, our basics are clear and we have to pass that. And then only we were given our allocations over the different cities of our country.
Right. So, apart from the skills that we already talked about, communication skills, your fundamental knowledge, apart from that, is there a rigorous use of Excel in your work?
Yes. Excel is important because sometimes we have to extract the data and provide it to the auditors of the company, like a project in which we are working. So they may tell you like this is the format in which they want, or some reporting kind of work we have to do to our manager. So Excel is important. Not that much, very much functions you should know, but yes, like a pivot table or VLOOKUP or filters, which is basic in our articleship. So that is nothing which we should like get an advanced Excel training apart from our ITT or advanced ITT.
Okay, nice. Now we've already talked about what the job will be and what kind of skills will be required, what you will be learning on the job. Coming to the next aspect, this kind of a role for a chartered accountant, how well will it pay? Let's talk, like, let's address the elephant in the room, and how well it will pay, what kind of growth you can expect for yourself in your current job, right? And also another aspect to this would be that how well you can plan a switch if you want. So we'll come to that later, but let's
Uh,
first talk about the growth.
Okay, talking about the package part. Now, see, as a starter CA, we do not know anything about SAP since we are going to work on it for the first time on a live SAP system. So, actually, the package offered is between 8 to 10 lakhs, which I think is good to go for a CA fresher in an industry with no long working hours. So, 8 to 10 lakhs, which is like standard, which is offered to a CA fresher, and after you acquire 2 to 3 years of experience in this field, anytime you switch to any company which has this SAP profile in it, they will offer you a great hike, which I have seen like to my seniors or my colleagues which are working with me currently. So yes, growth is good package wise also, and coming to the profile base, like in what profiles you can switch or what profile you should start with. Since when we start with our SAP career, we will get into any industry as a consultant, SAP consultant, just like me. So after that, we may get to know the different fields which are again beyond that. That is like an SAP trainee, you can be an SAP trainer, or an certified SAP auditor, or you can also be a part of the core finance team, which is in implementation of the ERP. So these are 4 to 5 fields in which you can get into. And regarding the growth factor, SAP is used worldwide. So any company you choose, there any MNC or any big company like industry or something US based firms which are here, you may find SAP into it, and yes, you can explore that field. And this is good because SAP adds on to your expertise on a global level. So growth is good in the coming years. Also, definitely IT will excel in this area, and other things like there are implementation projects, support projects, or rollout projects and upgradation projects. So support project is like you continuously give the support to them in SAP is already into their system, you just give a support to them. Then coming to the implementation, for the first time they want to implement an SAP system. So in that, yes, that will be a very good for a newly chartered accountant because they will know from the scratch they will be working on a SAP system, and they will get to know more about it when they are into implementation projects. Then upgradation is like now we are using SAP 6.0 or something, and then since there is also SAP S4HANA is also a new thing which you will learn. And rollout projects is like something any company having business in 2 or more countries. In one country they have SAP already implemented, and in other also they want. So they just it's just that you have to implement that with some modification. There is already a SAP structure with you. So these are the 4 projects which we get into SAP. The profiles I told, like training or auditor or core finance team or a consultant. And yes, package is good to go with the CA fresher, that is 8 to 10 lakhs. and then it will obviously increase, and you may get on-site opportunities, which is I think many freshers would require, like going to different countries and exploring their clients call them there, and there are also job opportunities given to them there. So this field has good growth opportunities on a global level.
Okay, so sounds like you can have splendid growth in this area because of course like SAP is a software that's being used widely by all the companies in the world, almost all the companies. So somewhere I feel that if you already held a you can say a grasp of this particular area, you can go forward with different companies or different places. In fact, in India, and you also mentioned that there are opportunities out of India as well. So I think that's a great thing. Good to go for. Now, what else? Yeah, very important question. Let's talk about how you came to join this company where you're currently working in, and what kind of interviews, what kind of GDs, if you went through any, you had to go through to reach till here.
Coming to this question, how I get into Infosys is like, as I qualified by CA, I was looking for like into audit or taxation or core finance. I should get a job because that is what a traditional CA has to work for. But then I got selected through campus. And campus is like any company will shortlist you, and you have to just go and sit and give an interview, like just attend that interview. So casually, I went for Infosys this interview. I was not knowing for which profile
You
I
mean
was going
ICI
into.
campus, right? You mean ICI
Yes,
campus.
yes, ICA campus. And then they told me that profile is not a core CA, and you may get to learn something new, that is SAP. So I agreed that yes, let's explore this field once. So then we were selected to ICI campus. Interview was like basic questions. They asked me some production entries or difference between the US gap and Ind AS, just the basics, not essays or AS. So that is also very easy to crack with. But yes, confidence. If you have confidence, they will surely select you. And then in a batch, they hire any company like Wipro or Infosys or Essential. In a batch, they hire, train those persons because training is important for a CA fresher. If you have an SAP certified training done earlier, then you can get into any company with your profile. Just alone you can go walk in, and you will get selected. But in campus, they hire like 78 to 100 or 200 people they hire. There are also NDAs which get into this profile, and then they will train you some generic trainings like general trainings. Then they will give you domain training, that is what work you have to do on SAP, what modules will be there. Like we were given training for FI and CO module. So this is how I got into this, and then we were given projects. And currently working on the project, it is a great experience that yes, I can have a great growth in this profile.
Okay, that sounds about right. Great. So I think we've covered almost all the aspects related to this kind of a profile, this kind of a job that a chartered accountant can look forward to in their career. Again, I'm really grateful that you came and joined us for this session. Now, do you have any, you can say, special tip or bonus tip for chartered accountants who are starting out and who are just starting to explore the world of service? Any special tip for them?
Yes, I can say this like for the persons who are not enjoying the traditional CA work, that is audit, taxation, finance, you can come and join this SAP FICO. It will really excite you because it is good to know a new field, and it has a growth opportunity. And also, there is a misconception that SAP FICO it is for engineers or some technical persons. Big no, because yes, there are many CAs who have made their career into this. Like my manager who is working in Infosys only from 12 years, he is a CA, and mostly the managers who are working in this field are CAs only. They have switched from other companies and came here, or they are switching. So you can explore this field. It is a misconception that a CA cannot make a growth in this field. You can grow in this field, and it is a good opportunity to learn something new. Instead, just not loving that field and doing work just because we are CA, we have to do that audit work. So that is not a compulsion. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, yes, let's coming to the closure of this session. I think what you said is absolutely right. That a lot of chartered accountants are not wanting to continue in their traditional fields of practice or traditional fields of or domains where they are working. Good profile for them. And you know what, guys? There's so much to explore beyond chartered accountancy. I mean, after you're done with your CA finals, nobody tells you this. That's why we are here to tell you. Nobody tells you this, but there are so many things that you can do with your life. Audit and tax is not just the limitation for you. All right, we'll be coming up with more sessions and videos like this for you to explore better profiles and better opportunities. Thank you so much, Prerna, for joining in. I will be linking CA Prerna Shah's LinkedIn profile in the description below. You can click on it and you can connect with her. If you have any specific questions, I'm sure you can reach out to her. And let's stay in touch, right? Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. And if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, because I'm coming up with a huge series of informative sessions for you all, and you'll be seeing what all we can explore. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye. Thank you so much for joining in.